We all have an inner critic. That voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, that you'll mess it up, or that everyone else is doing better than you. It can be loud, convincing, and exhausting. But here's the truth, that voice isn't who you are. And it doesn't have to run the show. Let's begin by understanding where that inner critic comes from. Most often, it's born from fear. It might have started as a protective mechanism when you were young, a way to stay safe, fit in, or avoid criticism. Maybe you had caregivers who were highly critical, or environments where perfection was the only way to feel worthy. Over time, this voice becomes internalized. You start thinking those harsh words are your own thoughts. But they're not. They're echoes from the past, old stories that no longer serve you. The inner critic also comes from trauma. When we've been hurt, our brain tries to anticipate pain before it happens again. So the inner critic jumps in and says, "Don't even try, you'll just fail," thinking it's helping you avoid more rejection. It's misguided protection. But still, it's protection. And then there's societal conditioning, the constant pressure to be more, do more, look a certain way, achieve non-stop. When you're surrounded by unrealistic standards, it's easy to start measuring yourself against them. Your inner critic thrives in that comparison culture. But just because you've heard these messages doesn't mean you have to keep believing them. So how do we quiet that voice? The first way is to recognize it without fusing with it. Just because the voice is loud doesn't mean it's true. Begin to notice when your inner critic shows up and give it a label. You might say, that's my fear talking, or that's the old story again. Creating space between you and the voice is the first step toward freedom. The second way is to reframe the message with gentleness. If your critic says, "You always mess up," pause and ask, "What would I say to a friend who felt this way?" You'd never speak to someone else the way your critic speaks to you. Try turning that voice into something more compassionate. For example, "This is hard, and I'm doing the best I can." Or "I've made mistakes, and I'm still worthy." Reframing is not about lying to yourself. It's about choosing words that support your growth instead of shaming you into silence. The third way is to cultivate a new voice, your inner encourager. This voice may feel quiet at first, but it's there. You can grow it by practicing self-affirmations, journaling with compassion, and surrounding yourself with people who speak to you kindly. Over time, this new voice becomes stronger, and the critic doesn't disappear, but it no longer dominates. Let's be clear, quieting the inner critic doesn't mean never having negative thoughts. It means not believing every harsh word as truth. It means giving yourself the benefit of the doubt. And most importantly, it means treating yourself like someone worthy of love and respect, even in the middle of a mistake, a setback, or a hard day. So if your inner critic has been especially loud lately, know this: you are not broken. You are not failing. You are simply human, doing the brave work of unlearning old patterns and learning how to be gentler with yourself. Let today be the day you choose kindness over perfection, gentleness over judgment, and compassion over criticism. You're not alone in this work, and you're doing better than you think.